Are you ready to argue? Welcome to the Death Battle cast with the cast and crew of Death Battle and more. I'm Ben, as always, voice of Wiz, joined by Chad, voice of Boomstick.
What a menacing intro.
Yeah, no, I'm liking the vibe already. We're off to a good start.
This is the serious debate show, guys.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
want to
do
scare
here.
our guests. That's what we want to do.
Speaking of scary, we got Liam, our scary
Hi,
researcher.
Everybody, and writer, terrifying. This terrifying visage is watching you today, and we'll be debating today.
Yes,
That's my intro. Good,
you are
nailed
specifically the scary researcher because you are on one of these characters. You are repping one of these characters. We will be debating today, which means you're probably gonna win because you're way too good at this.
I mean,
But
yeah.
We'll
totally.
see what happens because you're going up against our guests for this week's episode. Straight from Castle Super Beast, we got Woolie and Pat. How's it going, guys?
Pleased to be here.
How'd it do?
How you guys doing?
It
What's
is
up? What's up?
awesome to have y'all. I
Can we
cannot
say
wait.
battle in quotes?
In really big quotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge quotes. Battle. We'll see where this
No,
goes.
the real serious stuff's for the show. This is the cast on cast. It's a lot more
This
fun.
is for fun and
yeah.
glory.
No,
Personal.
this
victory.
is serious
Yeah.
talk. We do not joke here. We do not riff on each other. We are here to figure out who will win between two titans. Literally, BT from Titanfall versus Jehuty. I think I'm saying that right. From Zone of the
Jehuty?
Enders.
Yeah.
It's that. It's that bitch.
It's like an
Sexy.
It's like an
It's a
Egyptian
sexy
thing, right?
robot.
It's the robot with the literal cockpit because the mech designer thought it was funny.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
This
like
is a Kojima thing, right? Like, of course it's
The
gonna
villain
be
in
like,
Guilty Gear, the first one. His
Judgment,
Saul's wife.
Justice.
Oh,
Justice.
Justice.
Yeah. Has
Yeah.
the big robot dick too. Yeah.
Can I just say I love that it looks like Woolie is broadcasting from heaven and Pat is in a medieval castle. This is great.
Yeah. That's when I have a sunlight above me, so whatever time of day we are broadcasting, that's the aura that is going to appear, you know?
I mean, maybe
Come here,
that
bud.
will affect the argument. We'll see.
Jesus Christ.
Heaven is literally behind him. Okay,
Will
so
Zangief be arguing on
Dog
behalf
cam,
of
Brian.
Jehuty as well?
don't bring in the puppy.
Yeah, there we go.
The ringer.
Yeah.
Don't hit
Oh
me
my
with
gosh.
Jesus Christ!
And it's adorable too. Like everybody's gonna vote for you because of the puppy. This is unfair.
Oh my God!
Hey,
his
man,
face.
it helps. Any point I make that's really stupid, people just focus over here.
It soaks up the attention. Yeah.
I love it. All right, so here's how this works. This one might be a little bit different than our usual death battle debate thing that we do on Death Battle Cast because we have multiple ideas kind of swimming around our heads with these robots. But to start off, we'll be having Liam repping BT. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And then Woolie and Pat together will be arguing for Jehuty. We'll see where that goes. It is their job to convince the jury to vote for who will win for their respective character through any means necessary. So I guess the dog is totally fair game. And the jury consists of 3 seats. It's going to be me, it's going to be Chad, and it's going to be you. If you're watching this live, we do this live every Wednesday at noon Central Time. You can vote in the chat at any point. I would suggest after the points have been made, but at any point to let us know who you think will win. And then at the end of the show, we will see which robot wins, BT or Jehuty. But of course, this isn't a courtroom. This is a conversation. Everybody can jump in for whatever they want to say. I want to hear from all of you guys who are here, including those of you in the chat. If you have something you want to bring up that maybe needs discussion, or
Well, the chat says the dog wins. Pretty unanimously.
unfortunately, I don't think Zangief is on the poll, but. Maybe we could do a special exception. We'll see. All right, but we start this off with 60-second intros. What's up, Chad?
Oh, I was just gonna say, when we knew we were gonna have you guys on, I was just like so expecting a fighting game match.
That's too easy. That's so
Too
obvious.
predictable.
Yeah, and then you guys came out of left field with this one. So
And
No,
I'm
fighting
looking
games
forward
don't
to
have
it.
You don't have enough robots. You don't have enough mecha battles.
fighting games too
Techromancer.
often have like canonical winners and losers. Like,
True.
If we had picked like, who would win this character and this character, it's like, well, this one won the tournament in Virtua Fighter 2, and this one won the MK4 tournament. So
Akuma versus Dan.
There you go.
There we go.
Sure.
That's
You know.
that's
I'll
that's
rep Dan.
clearly the one we need to do.
I think Dan reps. All right.
All right. Well, speaking of repping, Liam, are you ready for your 60-second?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, go for it.
Let's go for it. Okay. BT comes from Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is an amazing fucking game. That should be the only argument that I need, but I've got even more for you. BT. He is like a Swiss army knife of a giant mech. He can do anything. He's got everything. He's got rifles. He's got cannons. He's got machine guns. He's got a vortex shield that will literally like absorb projectiles and then reflect them back at you. So if you have a ranged game, unless you're going in for like melee damage, you're kind of screwed. He's also got a huge sword which can cut robots right in half, and he's your bro. He's your chill, super cool bro that will help you, that'll save you when you're falling and throw you across the entire stage. And we cannot forget to mention the pilot, Cooper, who can literally time travel. We know how powerful time travel is on Death Battle. So, yeah, I think BT's totally got this. I think he's gonna crush it. Yeah.
Time travel and a reflector shield. Okay, that's pretty awesome.
What could possibly counter that?
I have a
Is the
quick
reflector
question.
shield-
If you ever found it in your research, what is BT actually made out of?
Like what? Like what metal is he
what,
made out
is
of?
it is it
It's
sheet
clearly
metal?
metals and
Is it
alloys.
iron? Is it titanium?
So I don't know specifically. It's probably something like they might say in it that it's like titanium or steel, but like the fictional titanium or steel that like
Right.
is
Yeah.
a billion trillion times stronger than whatever like real is.
steel
Like,
is.
Ultra
like
tight.
Iron Man's
survives
armor is made of
re-entry.
titan. Yeah, exactly. Survives a nuke
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
That's
BT
always
did
fun in the
something.
death battle process when it's like, okay, let's see what the bullshit metal of this universe is. Like
Yeah.
every time.
Mhm.
Blank, which is stronger and lighter than titanium.
Titanium. Yeah.
Basically every single metal. All right, well, Woolie and Pat, do you guys have anything you want to say? Or Jehuty, you have
Yeah.
60 seconds uninterrupted to just give us whatever information you want us to start with.
Destroy me. Tear me to
Okay,
pieces.
Whenever you want me to
well,
start.
look, BT is just about the strongest of the real robot category you can get, but Jehuty is a super robot beyond all others. It's a god. It's literally named after a god. Jehuty can literally zero shift anywhere. Jehuty can survive in compressed space. Jehuty can use beam lasers that like basically can get through a lot of BT shields, and at any point if the words vector cannon come out, it's over. There is no fight.
On top of that, the reason why I asked about BT's construction earlier is because Jehuty is made out of a mineral called Metatron, which can only be described as space magic rocks.
Yep.
In that it has all sorts of supernatural qualities as well as the ability to instantly heal the robot up to perfect condition by just touching more of it.
And you also busted out the cat now. Come on.
God damn it.
Yes,
They're coming
I'm
after you.
screwed.
It's
Oh
baby
my
Elmo.
god.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Magic armor. What was that? Vortex cannon? Is that what you said?
Vector cannon.
Vector cannon.
Vector cannon. What is the vector cannon?
ul-
I don't know anything about
the
this.
vector-
Jehuty.
The vector
Whoa.
cannon is the ultimate giant projectile that takes 16 seconds to start up, and it annihilates entire fleets from the sky once you fire it. It's the sickest, coolest thing in the entire game, and it's also like there's no way that anything grounded in reality, anything normal like BT could handle this cannon. It's ridiculous.
The vector cannon in Zone of the Enders 2 is designed as a gun that is powerful enough to shoot through a wall of compressed space that acts as a final defense to a control system. But it's basically shooting through like a miniature black hole.
Yeah, but can he time travel though?
No.
Well,
No,
okay,
he
but
can
No!
he can move at
Well,
sublight speeds by using gravity to slingshot himself, but he cannot time travel. No.
He cannot time travel. Well, I think, case in point, BT can time travel, so, I don't know, guys.
I
No,
mean, Matt
BT
Tardis
can't
in the
time
chat.
travel.
Matt Tardis in the chat does mention if it takes 16 seconds to fire, like BT
Right.
or Cooper, what is that his name? Can just use his time travel ability. I don't know exactly how the time travel ability works, but theoretically he could use
It's-
that to avoid it.
It's okay. So
He
what it
can't-
does is it flips you back in time. Like it was like a couple of years or something like that. It's to a specific point in time, and you can hop back and forth. So it's kind of like I'll hop like if I'm fighting in a room and there's an enemy across from me, I'll hop back in time to when there's no one in the room, and then I'll walk to where I know the enemy is, like behind them or something. I'll flip back forward in time, and then I'll like shoot them in the back. Which is just what I
Can
did to
he
cheat.
take
Oh,
BT
that's really
with
interesting.
him?
It's an
That's
amazing
really
level.
cool.
It's so cool.
It's pretty
the
strong.
issue with
B-
with BT's use of the, I guess you would call it like a time flip
Yeah.
rather than a time travel, because it's between two binary states, is that
Yes.
BT itself cannot use it. It's limited to
It's
BT's
Jack
pilot.
that uses it. Yeah,
Right.
So
and
he
he
would
has
have
to
to-
jump out of
You
the
can't do it when you're
jump
in the
out of
mech?
BT to use it.
Oh, I could have
So
sworn
if he,
he
not
so
did
if he
in
time
BT
travels
in
while
the
he's
mech.
in the mech, he just would drop to the ground.
Yeah.
No mech.
It's a time gauntlet. It's a time gauntlet that Cooper's wearing that he
Right.
himself activates.
I could have sworn
Right.
that it
So-
applied to the mech as well. Whatever.
No,
Where
Right.
where are we fighting?
So-
Are we on a planet or are we in space?
Well, I mean, I would like that's the thing, right? There has to be a ground beneath BT because you can't even say in space because, like, for flight, the one of the biggest challenges BT has is fighting a Viper who is a Titan that can fly a little bit longer than the others can, whereas Jehuty never touches the ground.
Yeah, Jehuty has completely autonomous
Oh.
360-degree flights
Anime
that
thing.
includes like just floating and levitation.
So tracking
Well-
that movement at all, even on the ground, would be a ridiculous proposition.
Can
So put a
be-
ground underneath them if you want this to be longer than 5 seconds.
Okay,
We
great.
just put him in space and BT's just floating. Can't
Well,
do
that's-
anything.
I was also
What if
thinking about
BT
that's
just
it,
hugs?
basically.
Because I'm like, if the
Jehuty?
pilot
Just gives him a big old hug and holds on to him,
well-
and then shoots him in the head. Did you think about that?
Well, speaking of hugs, right? So
We love 'em.
Jehuty has the wisp, which is basically the ability to
Mm.
grab and hold things exactly like BT up and use it as a shield, toss it around as a ragdoll. You know, like there's things in Zone of the Enders called levs that are basically like Titans. They're like
Mhm.
the equivalent in that, like, it's a lower, more grounded, realistic robot, and you grab them and throw them left and right like
Like basketballs.
balls. Like it's nothing, you know. Yeah, that's kind of what would happen even if BT was using its best abilities and its ion core or anything like that. Like Jehuty's just like literally nothing personal, kid, teleport behind you, stab. You know.
Yeah. The God Kid in the
Okay.
chat says, beginning to think this fight isn't exactly balanced.
I was
So-
gonna say, I'm liking how this
So-
is sort of turning into like Pat and Woolie teach us about obscure Kojima game rather than actual like heated debate.
Yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to ask about Jehuty. You mentioned there was like a phase shift or something early on. What is
Yeah.
that?
So it
Yeah,
uses
it's zero shift.
gravity
Zero shift.
to slingshot itself faster, like at basically sublight speeds, which creates the effect of teleporting it forward in space.
So they both have teleportation, but with extra steps.
Yeah, no, Jehuty's
Yeah. But
is omnidirectional and completely controllable,
And Duke can do
whereas
it in the mech.
BT's is
Instantaneous.
where BT's is go back in a timeline and move and then reappear in the current timeline.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
kind
also
of want to
specific
say
to
just
Technically
for this
teleportation.
battles, this is breaking our rules or whatever, but we don't have any rules, right? Let's just say BT can do the time travel thing with Cooper. Let's just
Let's
give it
just
to him.
say that
I
when
swear
he
to God,
took
I feel like you.
that
No, go
magnetic coil, he just puts it on the side of BT's hull
On the
and it
whole thing.
drags it
Yeah,
through.
sure,
Yeah.
sure, right?
Yeah.
He fits
But
the
here's
goal
the thing,
around
like-
it. It's fine.
So Jehuty is like the its biggest challenge is overcoming an enemy that is a stronger version of itself. right? Like that's the thing. Like it has to beat a stronger orbital frame in Zone of the Enders. Like it's kind of just not. It's not. It's they become light and they're moving in compressed space. They're floating through like environments that BT could not survive in. You know.
But what if Cooper got a hold of Anubis? What then, Woolie?
What are you? Where is this going?
Okay,
Come on.
Well,
Hold on. That's not
Alright.
BT anymore.
What I will say, genuinely, for BT's argument is that
Yeah, help me out.
BT's pilot is able to
To hop
completely
out.
dominate Dingo in every non-robot encounter possible. The only
This
thing
is
Dingo
true.
ever does outside of the cockpit is get shot.
And I really want to like stress because I the chat may have missed it. The pilot's name is Dingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dingo
Dingo
Egret.
Egret.
Amazing.
And it's not even the
amazing.
that's not
name.
even the dumbest name in the series.
Well, that's
There's
good.
a dude called
That's one of those.
there's a dude called Bon Dorflaum. Like it's
Oh boy.
You think like when they're coming up with Dingo's name, it was just like it's one of those like cartoon scenarios where they're like looking around and it's like the first two objects you see. There's like the first two animals, Dingo and an egret. There it is.
Yeah.
Awesome Ethan in the
Um,
chat saying, I'm going to pretend I know what's happening and slightly nod my head. Welcome to what I do in every single Death Metal cast. Okay.
So
What's the height difference between these two robots? Is one bigger? Do we know if one is bigger than the other?
I was looking that up earlier. They appear to be approximately the same size. They both appear to be Gundam size, which would be about 17
Yeah.
meters tall.
Because
Not
if
super
Cooper is
big.
just better at his like fighting himself than Dingo, then I could see him getting close enough to use his time travel ability to basically jump out of his machine to Jehuty and like take out Dingo himself. I don't know if
Dingle.
Awesome. Dingo,
Hey,
take out
Woolie,
Dingo by
so
himself.
Woolie, I
I
have
was
a
going
quick
to say
question.
yeah, go ahead.
In Zone of the Enders 1, when the girl is stuck inside of, what is it, Nephthys or Nate? You remember the girl that was friends with Leo?
Sure. I
Okay.
barely remember.
Is
But-
Leo able to open the cockpit from the outside? Because I feel like you are.
I don't remember, but like again, you could give him. He's got a hack knife. He's got a data knife that he could possibly use if you wanted to give Cooper the advantage and to force
Because
him.
if you could
to
open up
open the
the
cockpit.
the
There we
orbital
go.
frame cockpit from the outside, you can just have a Titanfall pilot fly up to it, open it, and
Oh,
just
shit.
shoot whoever's in it.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you want to give like Cooper the best possible advantage, right? You've got the fact that one, he has phase shift, which you could have him literally teleport, become invulnerable, and teleport into the cockpit, and then kill Dingo by appearing inside of him, which is something you can do in Titanfall. You can kill pilots by teleporting inside of them.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
it's telefrag.
So
Oh, that's
you
good.
can telefrag.
Okay.
That's
Oh, hell.
that's one of the few minor victory conditions that could occur if
Yeah.
he could pull that off.
Do you
And
have
the other,
any
I would
others?
say,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say the other would be like focusing on the AI, because when it comes down to it, BT's AI is superior, I would say, to Ada, which is Jehuty's AI.
Oh, a
Ada-
million%.
BT learns and improves and is neurally linked to the pilot, and you sync up and get better over time. Ada is more of a reflection of the pilot's mood in some ways, but it's also arguing with the pilots at times and with the runner, excuse me. And like the only directives it has are obey the runner's orders and self-destruct once you get inside of the Almon, the final base. Like those are the only things it really has to do. Whereas the three protocols, link to the pilot, uphold the mission, protect the pilot, serve BT way better.
Protect
And
the
I think
law.
when it comes down to it, BT can outsmart Ada in a lot of ways, possibly.
Mm.
You know,
So if it was a math test, like
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
can BT still move around if Cooper's not in it, since they're connected or whatever?
So
Oh,
yes, whereas the runner is required for movement of Jehuty of the
Okay.
orbital frame.
Mm.
so BT could grapple onto Jehuty, and then Cooper could go back in time, then get like onto the cockpit or something, and then cap him. I don't know, or appear inside of him.
Like-
Well, no, you can appear inside it, apparently.
Yeah,
I mean,
So-
like again, like if he can hack knife it and then make Jehuty think that it's inside of Almon, then it can force a self-destruct, or you can phase shift it and kill him. But that assumes that Jehuty doesn't immediately see this little puny human
Right.
flying towards it
And
and,
then-
just zap it with the lightest possible weapon.
Or like,
you know?
do that whatever the super speed teleportation thing into Cooper, and then just like
Zero
rip him
shift.
apart
Yeah.
atom by atom.
In the process of Wooly mentioning the hack knife, I'm trying to figure out if you could open up a Orbital Frame's cockpit from the outside. I accidentally just found out a complete coup de grace for Jehuty versus BT. In Zoe 2, in the Argit boss fight, the entire purpose of the fight is that the Argit becomes unpilotable because it becomes controlled by a hostile AI, and Jehuty is able to just grab it and just completely delete the AI from existence remotely.
Oh.
Which
Oh.
makes
Oh.
the mech
Uh-oh.
unpilotable.
Uh-oh.
no.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Telefrag.
So if
That's all,
BT
that's all we
grabs,
got.
so going with that idea is BT grabs Jehuty, and then like Cooper's going to teleport in to kill Dingo himself. If they're within touching distance at all, Jehuty could just tap it, and the AI inside BT's just gone.
It takes a couple minutes.
Okay.
oh, it
Oh.
happens like over the
It's not
course of the
instantaneous.
boss
Okay.
fight.
See,
So
what
it
it
would have
sounds
to
like
be
to
a-
me is Jehuty has like way more firepower, but a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
its really
And
good stuff
speed.
takes a little while to actually pull off. So if BT's able to get a surprise move in quick enough, he could actually do it.
Yes and no. It's the Jehuty's fancy stuff takes longer to pull off, but its actual generalized movement is bordering on. I mean, it's an anime robot. It's
Yeah.
functioning like a space ninja.
Yeah.
Like
It-
BT
the giant-
has to, for a punch, he has to wind up and punch, whereas Jehuty, it's almost like a fucking crisscross spin attack slash.
Hey, Quip, you know them. They make this fancy little dispenser that shoots gum into your mouth or into your hand at a surprising velocity. And it's nifty and it's great to use. And sure, we all might chew gum, but is all gum created equal? No, sir. Some gum only covers your bad breath, and others just have a ton of sugar, which obviously isn't really what you want to be mashing around with your teeth. So, one gum stands out from the gum pack, and that is Quip Gum. Quip has created chewing gum that helps prevent cavities and tastes great too, and it comes in a slim, travel-ready dispenser that fits anywhere. This guy, it's wonderful. I love him. I've been showing him off for what feels like months now, and I'm still using it on the daily. Pretty much every time I get a meal, I come over here, and I'm like, kablamo, and I get a gum, and that's life. It's great. So, use Quip. They're sugar-free gum, not just wonderful. It's got tooth-friendly xylitol in it, which I think is how you pronounce that word. Tri-layer crunchiness, which you're probably hearing. Sorry about that, misophonia people. It's yummy. It's great. It's a good gum. What else can I say? Plus, you can save with bulk discounts on a bunch of gum and stuff, and you can get refill packs, and it's all wonder. So, go to getquip.com/cast. Get a free plastic dispenser within your refill plan. It's a free dispenser at getquip.com/cast. Spelled getquip.com/cast. You can also find Get Quip, or just Quip electric toothbrushes, refillable flosses, all sorts of stuff, in the aisle at your local Walmart. So you don't have to go online, even though going online is super easy and convenient. And you can do it now at getquip.com/cast. So yeah, go check it out.
I like how
Jehuty-
Ben is. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Jehuty also never stops moving, and the way it's targeting and blasting out like 16 homing lasers that are gonna track constantly every 3 seconds onto BT is gonna overload any of its shields or defenses. It's gonna send it into doomed mode like within seconds, and if it gets within slashing range, like even the swords, like BT has a melee swing that's kind of slower and limited compared to Jehuty, which can slash. It's the fancy stuff takes long, but the basics are more than enough for BT.
I like how Ben is like doing his best to like introduce positive arguments for BT, and even
Yeah.
I'm sitting here being like, no, that wouldn't work. No.
Well, here's one last one. That vortex shield that you talked about. Does that not just start reflecting stuff back?
Yeah. What up, guys?
Physical objects.
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
another
issue.
Well, laser's
is
still a
that
physical thing.
No, the
It-
vortex shield in
Not in
Titanfall is
fiction.
purely a ballistic defense. It's
Okay.
against bullets, knives, bombs, missiles, etc.
Yeah. And you see them floating, and then it shoots them back as ordnance at you.
Well,
The beams wouldn't have the same effect.
does the bomb explode, or does it just hold the bomb and shoot the bomb back?
It just
It
throws
holds
them
it.
back at you like just kind of like a spray.
And I'm
know,
going to drop the
physically.
facade entirely. If it's like a continuous beam firing at it, then it would just like it wouldn't be able to continually hold it would have
Yeah.
to continually hold it, and then it would eventually,
Yeah.
because it's on a timer, it would just
I was
punch
thinking
through.
about maybe BT could, because I mean, Titanfall, one of its mechanics is the ability to eject the pilot and self-destruct.
Yeah.
But
The nuke.
the nuke available in Titanfall is the equivalent of a small nuclear bomb. Jehuty's self-destruct by comparison is akin to a miniature supernova.
Yeah,
I-
it
like
destroys a moon.
The power comparison is just completely off. It's orders of
I-
magnitudes.
So he
I
can't
was
Yoshi
watching
is
the
what you're saying.
cutscenes. I was watching the cutscenes of Zone of the Enders 2, and at the very end, it just kind of looks like everything is exploding. Like I wasn't entirely sure what was going on. It was
Yeah,
just sort of anime,
yeah,
like I was like, it looks like, wow, that looks bad, and he's still alive. Okay, cool.
And I mean, and the other thing too is that like also like as you know, BT is doing its nuclear ejection detonation sequence, and it tries to wipe out Jehuty, and then that Jehuty turns out to just be a decoy, because that's one of Jehuty's abilities, is to create a decoy of itself. You know,
Right.
like that's another thing on the list. Like it can just create copies that BT can't distinguish.
Okay, you keep throwing out new powers for Jehuty.
Yeah,
I'm just
stop,
like, all right.
stop. It's already
There's
dead.
already
Yeah, no.
weapons in
He's
Zone of the
already
Enders
dead.
2.
But
He
BT
Mega
has
Man's
the
his way through the game.
energy
Oh, no.
siphon. BT has the energy siphon. Checkmate, gamers.
Yeah, the win condition really comes down to just it's phase shifting into the cockpit and just blowing
Yeah.
up Dingo,
Yep.
or getting that hack going during a really dull, dumb moment. You know, that's
What if-
the
Or-
only
So do you,
ways
do
I
you
see
think,
it
do
work.
you think this
Finding
comes
a
down
s-
to an environment where they're fighting?
Well, that's
That
what I said.
would-
They have to do it on ground because BT can't fight in space.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah,
Well, that's true.
the vector cannon can't fire in space either. It has to be on ground.
Yeah,
Right.
you need to
Or
put
shoot.
the tethers into the floor.
There you
Landing and climbing gear locked.
Elmo, what do you
Okay.
think? Who wins? BT, right? Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
got brain damage, dude.
I mean, we all like BT, like we
Which
love
is
the
why
thumbs
he's
up,
going to vote
you
for
know?
BT.
Like the fun part of this matchup is that these are both AI buddies and cool robots that match
Yeah.
up together, and the pilots have to, you know, befriend them, and they have to work together to overcome their obstacles. Like that's what's
Actually,
fun about the parallel.
I bought Zoe 2 just this weekend because I was like, oh, a Kojima game I don't have? I'll get it. And it was on sale for like $5. So I was like, yeah.
I can I don't know if this has any potential combat application, but BT is like a cool guy. He's like your bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the pilot has like a real rapport with him. Whereas Ada in Jehuty is, I can only describe her as like the fucking cringe robot that is like learning how to feel emotions, and
How'd you,
oh no,
human love?
I will be
Yeah.
sad if you stop functioning. Like fuck,
Mhm.
stop it.
Does Dingo have anime angst?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
does his anime angst get in the way of killing
No,
it can.
BT?
No, but it can. Because AI in the Zone of the Enders world, they all they reflect the emotions of the runners. Like there's some of the AI for the different frames that go like crazy, and you know, just if the person is snapping, then so will the AI. So that's a thing.
So clearly,
Cooper
Dingo's
just
not
has
going
to
to take
turn.
BT as a serious threat and just be angsty about not being able to fight something that's worthwhile. And the BT's going to time travel into Jehuty and just cap him in the face, and it'll be over.
Or blow him up.
in Zoe, the levs that you end up dealing with the two situations you have to deal with them the most often is Jehuty has to defend like a group of like 40 to 100 of them by himself
because they're so weak.
in a giant group battle, and you end up winning what is essentially a major battle in a war that is one side of all BTs that are completely worthless against an actual enemy force.
I think BT would crush every other Kojima robot, like all the
easy.
Metal Gears stand no chance.
Maybe not Philanthropus, because Philanthropus is like 400 or 500 feet tall.
I was gonna say
Sure,
even
Rex
Metal
and
Gear
Ray-
Rex can shoot
Okay.
nukes.
Okay. Then,
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
gotta ask, why Jehuty versus BT?
Yeah.
Because we wanted an excuse to talk about Jehuty and BT.
I love it.
And yeah, the AI part is a cool parallel too. They're fun robots. We like them.
And they can,
Titanfall 2
what
is a
was it,
good
teleport
underrated
without-
game.
They have weird teleports. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well,
And so-
go ahead, Chad.
I was gonna say, and I'm glad you picked this matchup because, as you can see, audience, they know their shit. So
Yes.
now's the perfect time where you guys can chill and talk about what you guys do. So if they want to watch more of you guys, they know where to go and what to check out.
Yeah.
Go,
we
shill
stick
away.
to that. Let's do it. Who are you guys? What is Castle Super Beast?
Castle Super Beast is a podcast where we make titles that nearly get us kicked off of iTunes on a weekly basis. But
Year
hey,
after year of not getting into, I think it was PC Gamers podcasts
PC
of
Gamer.
the year, because they
Yep.
read the title and they're like, what do you mean it's Don't Piss on My Dead Baby's Grave, or
yeah,
crowdfunding the Third Reich, or
Jesus.
Steve Buscemi is Azora?
etc. It's not great. It's not good. I don't endorse any of that, even though I do title them. But we're a silly gaming podcast. We talk about games and nonsense, and sometimes the episodes go up to like 5 hours long. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely absurd. And then beyond that, I have a channel, Woolie Versus, on Twitch and on YouTube, where I play Let's Plays. I play fighting games. I've got a series called Get Into Fighting Games to try and show people the ropes, how to play like a game for the first time, and how to just have fun with them. And currently I'm Let's Playing Disco Elysium, which is a really amazing point and click.
Willie, if you ever want to get some Third Strike games, let me know.
Oh, run it. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess it's time for me to shill. I'm also on that same podcast, so it needs no introduction. Wooly just did the sell. I also have a streaming / Let's Play channel. It's called Pat Stares At. It's twitch.tv / Pat Stares At, where I am doing many of the same things Wooly just described. However, while I am contending with the fucking zoo that I live in, with these two animals going over my whole life, currently I'm going through Nier, and ironically enough, also Disco Elysium, which is fantastic. And maybe it's not
that
the
good.
scope of this show, but you should probably check it out. If you haven't checked it out, it's incredible.
Nuts. Super good.
Yes, of course, Pat's streaming and doing everything with his best friend and buddy, Steve Buscemi, right,
Yep.
right over his shoulder.
Creepily looking
Constantly
over your
staring
shoulder.
at us.
Oh, don't forget
Shape of
Skeleton
water looking
Skeleton.
motherfucker.
When we
Yes.
title this episode Death Metal Cast, can it be Death Metal Cast with Steve Buscemi? Because technically he did appear
Yeah,
in this episode.
100%.
So that's our guest, plus you guys.
Perfect. That won't disappoint the audience at all.
Nope. Awesome. You can follow Woolie and Pat on Twitter. That's at Woolie Wools and at Pat Stares At. And their podcast is super awesome, even with the super weird names. Go check it out.
It's
I've
really
been
nice
listening
to
to
talk
it
to
for
other super
years.
nerds.
Awesome podcast. Big fan.
This week's podcast
yeah.
includes a sequence in which we describe which famous Japanese media personality would most destroy Japanese society by turning out to be a huge drug addict. We decided it was Miyazaki.
That's correct.
Wow.
If you had to erase
Oh, no.
Ghibli, it would be a problem.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna embarrass Liam real quick, even though he tossed it out there. But when
you.
we were talking about we were gonna have you
You
guys
would.
on this episode, he was like, "I would like to be on that. I've been listening to their podcast forever." And then, so like,
Good podcast.
I knew
Thank
you would
Liam.
be the one. Oh, of course.
yeah, I am gonna embarrass you.
Yes, of course.
Right under the bus.
Yep. So if you guys could, get Liam your autographs, I'm sure he would be very happy. We're
And
fanboys.
send
Let's
me
really
an
make
NFT.
All right, we got a sneak peek for a death battle coming up to check out. So what we're gonna do is the poll is still up for BT versus Jehuty. We will be getting to that in just a little bit. Go ahead and vote if you have not. I know we talked a lot about how Jehuty has some crazy powers, but we also talked about how BT does have some win conditions. So depending on how you think this will go ahead and vote for whichever one you think is going to win, and we will get to that vote after what's going on. Which, since we already did the shill session, is mainly just going to be the sneak peek for Iron Fist versus Poe, our episode.
Sorry,
of Death
I
Battle
did such a good transitional moment.
Yeah, it totally worked. That our episode of Death Battle that is airing this weekend. Holy crap! I'm super excited to share this one with you guys. It's been a really fun episode to work on. Lassie did such a good job with the script and the animation team. Well, let's just go ahead and show off a little sneak peek of what they've been working on.
Wow! That was awesome! You were like, "Wah!" and then went Satabooey! Who are you?
I am the dragon.
No way! Me too! Do you want to spar?
With you? All right, buddy. Show me what you got.
Oh yeah, may the best dragon win! Dragon strike!
There it is. Iron Fist versus Poe is airing this weekend. I'm very excited for this.
That one should be easy though, because bears are stronger than people.
I mean,
Power of the dragon, though. Come on.
I mean,
It's
there's,
not just a human; it's a dragon.
there's definitely a size difference for sure between bear and person. But of course, it's a Marvel comic, so who knows what's going to happen, right? With Iron Fist, I'm sure there's some crazy shit that nobody knows about.
I mean, we know.
I wish that our mics were hot during that preview because it shows Poe, and then Woolie just goes, "Oh, that Poe!"
No, that was me.
Oh, was that you?
That was Pat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It was quite hilarious.
I thought you meant like the Zelda ghost, and was totally baffled.
You're like, whoa, all right. We're really
Iron
stretching
Fist
here.
versus a random,
Versus a Poe.
random ghost. Yes, and I've seen a lot of people wondering who voiced Poe because, man, it does sound a lot like Jack Black, doesn't it? That's Austin Lee Matthews. He is phenomenal at getting Poe down. It was funny when we were recording. Like he told me this is like his favorite character, and he's always wanted to voice Poe. So this works great. He's perfect for it. And then we got Jonathan Bullock as Iron Fist, which is interesting. Because Iron Fist had so many different like iterations and voices and stuff throughout his existence as a character. Like every show with Iron Fist is a completely different Iron Fist, it seems. But man, Jonathan did a really good job nailing, especially that relationship that we're building between Iron Fist and Poe throughout the fight. Super excited for you guys to see it this weekend. Again, that's the 16th. It's out for first members, and the 17th for on YouTube. Be sure to check that out. All right, but now I think is the time for us to figure out who's going to win this death battle between BT, what's the number? 7274. Reading that off the chat. Versus Jehuty in our community death battle.
BT.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Y'all know them. Y'all love them. It's been a hell of a year, and it feels like we've all aged 12 years in just 12 months. But you might be feeling your age a little bit more somewhere else, somewhere it counts, especially in the bedroom. It's time to snap out of it. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form, and at a fraction of the cost, which is wonderful. Blue Chew's tablets combat all forms of ED and can help men gain that extra confidence for when it's time to perform. Eyebrow raise. So Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line in the pharmacy, which we all don't like. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. So, if you could benefit from some extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we've got a special deal for all of our listeners, so try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code DBC at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com and use the promo code DBC to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast, because if they didn't, we wouldn't be able to do it. And we sure do like doing this, and it seems like y'all like watching it. So thank you, Blue Chew. Anyways, let's get back to the show.
BT,
Okay,
more
so-
like better than. Oh, snap. Killer argument.
Stands for Bravo Tango, dude.
You're the research guy, right?
I think better than also works pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We have some answers from you guys from Twitter that we're going to bring up that maybe could shake this argument up a little bit, and then we will get to our votes. So let's go ahead and bring up the first answer from the Twitter responses.
This one comes from Farrell. I know BT probably wouldn't win, but I'm throwing Robot my vote. This Titanfall 2's pilot can do a lot of damage while outside the robot, plus gains the ability to time travel for one level.
So
love-
even the
Look, I
even
know
the
it's
pro
probably
BT argument starts
like-
off with an acknowledgement.
Why did we pick that answer? Why that answer?
I love it. Like BT, he's our friend, but at the same time, it's like let's be real, man. This is a little ass realistic robot.
fine.
Excuse me.
It's underdog factor.
He's our friend,
You know?
and
Let's just
Zone of the Enders
bring up the
is
Jehuty
anime,
answer.
so it's the power of friendship. BT wins.
There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there you go. Perfect.
Counter the anime ninja robot.
This one comes from Lacerator Liam. Liam, did you submit a thing against yourself?
Lacerator.
JT can fly, teleport, and essentially use telekinesis at close range. They can parry each other's sub-weapons and loadouts for a little while, but BT can't handle JT zero shifting behind him. There's just no way.
Damn.
Didn't even bring up the like crazy cannon
crazy
or whatever.
stuff,
All
yeah.
right. Well, shit.
Pull his batteries out. Just, zero shift behind him and just grab the 3 batteries, and that's
Oh
dead,
man,
dead
I
Titan.
completely forgot about Jehuty version 2's options.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just.
Oh no.
Oh, guys,
There's
it's so not
3
fair.
bladed options that float around him and attack with his sword swipes and guns. Jesus,
Yeah,
And then
but-
the naked version with
Right.
infinite shields and infinite energy for its sub weapons. Like,
Are you
it's
talking about
just-
naked Jehuty?
Yeah.
That's what
Naked
it's called.
Jehuty, yeah.
Jehuty just strips down and
Nice.
suddenly they're even more powerful.
We all
All
love a
right.
good naked Jehuty every once in a while. Am I right,
What-
guys?
it sounds like a bad drink.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm not even sure where to go with this next, because like
Vote BT if you're cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you're not
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna vote for Jehuty.
So,
we're gonna see. We're gonna
voting
see how
in
many people are
poll-
not cool.
let's close this off. Yeah, only the people who are cool are voting for BT, clearly.
Remember,
which
yeah.
we'll see if any of us are cool.
If you guys are watching live on mobile, it's #1 for Jehuty and #2 for BT. Or if you're on desktop, you can just click it.
Yep.
Like I did.
Okay, well, let's start off with our votes. So, fuck it, let's just have all of us vote. Like, why not?
Okay.
Let's start with Chad, and we'll go in a circle.
Come on, Chad. Be cool.
Well, while every ounce of my being says that JT will absolutely stomp this, I'm gonna throw Liam some love and say
Woo.
BT just because I want to see him
Thanks,
teleport
pal.
inside the guy and blow him up.
Whoa, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I was not
Ooh.
expecting the first vote to be BT. All right, Liam, you're up.
I gotta vote BT. He's my guy, and I'm cool.
With that, I changed my answer.
Yeah, okay. I'm voting Jehuty.
Yep.
Good.
Pat, who are you voting for?
I'm gonna go for BT.
Oh, really?
Because BT's increased intelligence over Ada, I do believe that they would be able to figure out where Dingo lived 2 years earlier, time jump
And just
backwards in time, and just light him up when he's on the toilet.
there you go.
Smart pistol. Dingo
Shit.
is allergic to bullets.
Shit. I'm
He
changing my
hates
answer.
being shot.
I'm voting BT. Time travel. Shoot Dingo on the toilet. All right.
Will it be a unanimous BT?
Well,
Are we
it
allowed
depends,
to
Woolie.
do that? What are you voting
Well,
for?
unfortunately, the marquee says Jehuty the robot versus BT the robot. If it was Cooper versus Dingo,
Oh,
I would go
shit.
totally in Cooper's favor.
Whoa.
But because it's robot versus robot, Jehuty annihilates, vaporizes, and then pees on the ashes
yeah,
of
pretty
BT.
much.
You've convinced me. I'm changing my
The-
answer again.
The
Okay.
literal cockpit opens up and pee comes out onto it.
With
Yeah.
little
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Way to bring that back up at the end. All right, let's see what you guys had to vote for in the chat during this whole show. Maybe you guys are cool and voted BT. We'll see.
Lopsided.
You guys are
Oh,
not.
hey.
Jehuty 66%.
Wow.
Really?
BT 34%.
That was the same as the poll you guys ran earlier.
That's
Interesting.
that's
Friendship.
That's closer than I thought it would be.
Oh, 35.
Ooh,
That's the
there's one.
friendship.
We're
vote.
making progress.
Oh, yeah, it
That's
is-
crazy.
It,
I was
it is
expecting,
almost
like-
identical to the Twitter poll.
I was expecting
Yeah.
like 92 to 8 or something.
It means that our whole argument meant nothing. People were just going to pick what they wanted to pick.
Yes.
It's Homer versus
Welcome.
Frederick Tatum, you know? Like
Oh my god. Okay, but seriously though, why this matchup?
We just want an
Well,
excuse
these
to talk about these two characters.
these are probably our two favorite like pilot robot and AI combos, and there's a lot of fun again similarities when you can put them robot to robot, pilot to pilot, AI to AI.
Yeah.
You know, the pilot wise Titanfall wins, AI wise Titanfall wins, robot wise Zone of the Enders wins. It's a fun discussion to just line this up and figure out like how, if any way, it could happen.
I think you
Also
guys
on
summed it
a-
up perfectly. Oh, yeah.
On a personal level, Woolie came up with the idea, and I backed it 100%. And the number one reason that I was like, that's a great idea, because I thought to myself, I've been watching Death Battle on and off for a long time, and it would be great to have a Death Battle argument or whatever that I actually agree with the outcome.
Oh, snap.
no.
And
Oh,
it doesn't
no.
have a
Snap.
sequence
Oh,
in
wait,
which
you
it's
voted
like,
for
well,
BT.
in this panel, BT held up this rock, and if you can tell by the size of the rock, it's 10 billion shitzillion pounds.
What we do?
Therefore-
It often is 10 shitzillion times.
Man, Pat waits till the end of the episode to dunk on us.
To
Wait till
drop
like
the bomb.
That's where
Pat,
it
you
goes.
voted for
It's
BT.
the end.
You voted for
I'm gonna
BT
start
though.
off with
Like,
that.
Which of
You
my
don't
episodes are
agree with
wrong,
it.
Pat? If we want to actually see me debate, which one of my
Oh, yeah.
episodes are wrong?
Oh, well, I'd have to
That's
go
it.
through
We're
them.
doing Dante versus
Got the-
Bayonetta
got the
again.
list.
Let's do it again.
No,
Oh,
that
no.
one. That was a good one. They knew what they were talking about on that one.
wow, that's a season 2 one, I believe. When we didn't know what we were talking about.
well.
And 10 versus.
I'll find you
That's our
something
most
to complain
controversial.
about.
That's
right
the
bring
one
it
that
up.
you can argue with him.
Yeah, if
That's
you
the
want
one
to.
that's the most. I think it is mathematically the most controversial episode that we've ever had in terms of like dislikes.
Most
Like,
disliked, I
percentage.
believe, on YouTube.
Yeah, most
Wow.
percentage-wise, most disliked.
I don't know.
Versus
Kirby
Super 2
versus
might be into
Boo.
that.
Is up there.
No, not in terms
No,
of
it's
amount
not.
of dislikes, because that would be crazy. But percentage-wise, I think it did. I was like checking. I was like doing the math, calculating, because I was like, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? Is my baby gonna do it? And it did.
What? Wait, are you saying this was your goal all along to make the most
It was my
disliked Death
well.
Battle?
Once I realized it was like once the ball was rolling, I was like, I want it to roll all the way. Like you can't like you either aim for greatness or you either shoot for heaven or you shoot right into hell, and you don't want to land in purgatory. That's the big thing.
All right. According to the Death Battle wiki, let's see. What season was Ben 10 versus Green Lantern? I don't
6.
remember.
Is
6.
that
Okay.
you admitting that you're intentionally creating controversial matchups.
No, see, that's what he's saying
no.
after he
No,
saw it was
after
getting
the fact.
everyone was getting pissed. He wanted it to
Had
go all the
no
way.
idea
What?
it would be. Had no idea it would be that. I actually genuinely was like, "Wow, all right." It was like the Anchorman meme. Like, I'm not even mad. Like,
so according to the Death Metal Wiki, Goku vs Superman 2 has a 58% reception on YouTube, and Ben 10 versus Green Lantern has a 56% reception.
hell yeah,
Positive reception.
hell
So-
yes.
Both of them are still over 50, so they're still technically more positive than negative.
I know that was the only thing I wanted. I was like, just keep it, just please keep it over 50.
Oh no. Oh no. But so far, this season is has been over 90, I believe, the whole time, which is cool.
Be trending YouTube.
But yeah, I mean, I hope those reasons for the robot curb stomp make sense, though.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you summed it up. I think
Yeah.
you summed it up
Well-
perfectly at the beginning, which is like there's BT is a realistic robot, and Jehuty is like an anime magic robot.
It's a magic robot. It's
yeah,
we did
Super
Gundam.
robot, yeah.
What I was intending to lead into before we got sidetracked was like if both of these robots were to be in an actual death battle episode, are there any other robots that you think might be like a good pairing or more?
I could
Stevens?
give you a
Interesting, I
actual
guess.
real
Yeah.
answer.
Matchup?
I would say instead of pick Jehuty out and put Vic Viper in.
Vic
Viper,
That's a
Oh.
canon battle. Yeah. That's a canon battle in the
Gradius,
game.
right,
Because
right.
Vic Viper
I'm-
is like living in the same universe as Zone of the Enders, but
Mhm.
it is actually a fancy Lev and does not have any of the magic shenanigans that Jehuty has access to.
So Vic Viper
But
versus
as far
BT.
as like higher profile goes, like I would have put BT against perhaps like one of the Metal Gears, that would stand its best chance, or maybe even like a team of Rays or something like that.
Nah, man, throw him against Gold Lightan.
Sure. There's other like anime robots that are like on that BT level, like Votoms or Armored Slaves in Full Metal Panic. So there's realistic, grounded, like sort of fights that you could have with BT. With Jehuty, like you have to pick some kind of Ava level, secretly a god robot to fight it.
It's like
you know which mechs are
Gundam
really
Wing
OP?
Zero or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know which mechs are really OP? Surprisingly, there's Transformers.
Oh,
We did Gundam versus
Okay.
The original Gundam versus Optimus Prime, and that was a classic example of like more realistic-y robot versus cartoon anime god that blows up Satan.
Yeah.
I still find it funny
Transformers
that
have
Gundams are
magic.
considered realistic.
Yeah, right.
Robots.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they are like in comparison. They're I can't remember what the genre is called. But they're in that, or at least the original one I think is in the real robot or whatever.
Realistic.
Genre.
Real robot and super robot tend to be the divisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Um,
I wish we'd made an infographic. Every time we look into like robot matchups or somebody says it, it's like there is such a vast scale of robots.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's sometimes we're like, oh, that'll make sense. Like, oh, that'd be really cool to see those. And then you look into it and like, oh, this one's 700 feet taller than the other one. Shit.
Yeah.
I can only imagine
Yeah.
the agony in like, oh, we should do one with Evangelion. And it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
let's find a robot that's 1,100 feet tall, and 2, not actually a robot at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Let's get Chibi Robo versus Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
It's literally the size of a galaxy. What are we doing here?
Yeah. That's a tricky one to find a matchup for. I mean, we can do it, especially if you guys watching have good suggestions. Speaking of which, if any of those ideas that they just threw out there sound great to you guys watching, let us know. And we could totally do it in the future. It might be really awesome. I'd love to do more giant robot fights.
Hell yeah.
Oh, if you wanted,
it's so cool.
I could give you a
Hell
real
yeah.
one that I've just been researching
Send us
while
a
we've been
list.
talking about this, which
Do
is
it.
if you want somebody BT could have a real match on. I said Gold Lightan as a joke earlier, only to realize that in Tatsunoko, the Lost Planet robot
Lost Planet
PTX 40A is in there, and it even looks like BT.
Oh my god, they're so similar. Wow, BT and PTX. That's true. That's a good one.
What was that comment in the chat before? I'm just gonna
Oh, that'd be
pretend,
interesting.
nod and pretend I know what everybody's talking about. Yep, sounds like a great matchup. PTX though, all right, good to know. I'll have to watch this again to make sure that I get that right.
Which one? There's 140 and then there's 40A.
40A.
The one in Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Dude, it's been
That's
so
cool.
long since I played that. Holy, you
was
just
a
took me
good
back,
game.
man.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was on
okay.
That
Wii.
robot.
Right?
That robot is very BT-esque. Mhm.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, interesting show, guys. A little bit different from our usual like death metal shenanigans, but I think that was awesome to just half of that was just you guys
Nerding out about giant robots.
telling me how
Yeah.
ridiculous these robots are, especially Jehuty, which is fun. Because I've
The
never
important thing is
seen
that
Zone
more
or played
people
Zone of
should
the
play
Enders.
both of the games these robots are from.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go. There we go.
Titanfall 2 is like arguably the best shooter of like this generation.
I'd argue
I
it.
don't know
Yes.
that- yeah.
And it's
that and,
currently like
Doom.
$3,
Yeah, it's super cheap.
if
I
not
just-
free.
Yeah. It's awesome.
That was in the
Alright.
news recently. What were they going to make a third one, or was it debated was going to make a third one?
I don't
Oh
wanna
my
talk
God,
about
we
this.
can't.
I don't
We
want
can't. We
Okay.
can't do this.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing.
Apex Legends, yay!
Say, don't mention
Oh.
the.
No, are they going to make a battle royale Titanfall? Is that what it is?
I wish.
Are you?
We
Are
have
you
5
kidding
minutes.
with
This
that?
sounds like an hour
It sounds like
long
a sudden.
can of worms.
It sounds like a sudden death. Yeah.
That's literally
Oh,
what
we've
Apex
been-
Legends is supposed to be.
They just dangled it. They dangled Titanfall 3 in front of us
Yeah.
and said, "No, we're gonna maybe we're gonna buy," and just it's such a good game and it deserves so much more. If they didn't send it out to die against what Call of Duty was
And
the-
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Right in between the drops. That was insane.
Yeah.
That's
Like the
right,
ultimate
that's
thumb
right.
in the eye is that they recently said, "Hey, the new Apex character is the daughter of a Titanfall pilot, and she loves Titans and Titanfall, so she has a jetpack."
Yep. Not to be confused with Farah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that downer note. No, this is an awesome battle though. Like I love it. I definitely want to do more giant robot stuff. That's so cool. But thank you, Pat and Woolie, for joining us. Like this was an
You're welcome.
awesome,
Glad to be here.
awesome
much.
show. I'd love to
Lot
have
of
you guys
fun.
back on again. And
Yes, sure.
again, if
More
you guys
obscure
have not
characters.
checked out Castle Super Beast, check it the fuck out. It's their show, and they talk about all sorts of awesome stuff. And we will close out this episode with the Iron Fist versus Poe sneak peek again, just in case anybody tuned in live and missed it when we showed it earlier. But
if you wanna watch it
until
again.
then, yes, we'll just want to show you guys again. But until then, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, stay awesome, and we will see you all next week. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Wow! That was awesome! You were like, "Wah!" and then went Satabooey! Who are you?
I am the dragon.
No way! Me too! Do you want to spar?
With you? All right, buddy. Show me what you got.
Oh yeah, may the best dragon win! Dragon strike!